Hoi hoi, this is Mega, and this is the third time I'm doing this video. I'm recording this video. I'm on the pyramid here, and I want to talk about a little change that might make co-op and some other things much more enjoyable. Quality of life improvements for in this game. And the change I propose is to make joining worlds like this here independent of world level. So that someone who is on world levels 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever can join higher world levels. You might think, wait, what? Are you daft? That would help players access materials they shouldn't be accessing, higher quality materials. And yes, that's true. But you know what? One, that can be fixed a bit with some more code. Number two, actually, that should be the reward for having friends in game. For knowing people, getting to know them and cooperating with them. Actually, that would incentivize co-op in a good way. Of course, the next issue is, if that would happen, then someone like me and also other players who are higher world level will be bombarded by all kinds of new players who want, hey, could you please help me with this? Oh, please let me try. I can understand that. But there's also another fix for that? Is there? Oh, well. I mean, look at... Oh, yeah, I have to put away the nice cursor there. Let's see. World permission. Join after approval. World permissions. Reject join request. World permissions. Allow a direct join. Well, that's where you can just change things if you really want to. Let's put the cursor back. I don't know, friends. Well, I'm not even going to... Oh, well... So, those are people who I have connected with in-game and outside of game. But currently I'm a bit, yeah. I don't understand. There's reading code, language, message, graphic, controls. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, at least. What I find weird is that I cannot find any settings here where we can... No, don't want this. Search. Enter UID. I don't understand this one. Co-op mode. Well, one thing that they could add is a kind of option where you make it possible that only friends can contact you and well, where only friends can request to join your world, or maybe even no one can, as you have seen, no one can join your world. I think that would be a good addition at that time in order to block out request after request after request and only have your friends that you have selected join you in game. Because then you can say, yeah, you know what, I want to help someone. Of course, lower level players may even try to co-op with each other, so yeah, or maybe a bit of a higher level player. So yeah, I think even with just one other additional feature or with regards to filtering the joining, this opening up all the worlds to all the players, regardless of world level, should work out in the end. And I think it doesn't only incentivize more co-op and better co-op. It doesn't only it also, and have I already talked about that? Yeah, I don't know. I will repeat it now if I've already talked about it, but yeah, having access to character level and talent level materials, and also artifact sets and weapon level, weapon essential materials, etc., without having the need to have unlocked it yourself. And that is important, because what if you get, for instance, a Shenhei or Mistsplit Reforged, and you just aren't in the region yet, and you just want to level them further, give them, bring them to a higher ascension, but it's just not possible because you cannot go to Enkanomiya yet, because you are, for instance, world level 2, 3 or 4, and maybe AR 16, 20, 25, 30 or 35, and you haven't gone far enough yet. What if you haven't unlocked Enkanomiya yet with the quest that is required to unlock it? It's not easy to unlock it, to find the right NPC. It's not totally hard either, but it takes time, it takes effort, it takes grinding, etc. And then you also need to be able to club those Basismal Bishop bosses as well. So, and in the meantime, for days, weeks, maybe even months, you cannot use your Shenhei. You cannot level her anymore. And she falls behind, and you just think, yeah, you know what? Fuck Shenhei. Or fuck Yaimiko. I cannot level her anymore. I still like her, but yeah, you know what? I'm not going to grind for her anymore. And maybe a new player, after a few weeks, hasn't gotten to Enkanomiya yet, and will just say, yeah, fuck this game, I'm done. But with this co-op change, they will be incentivized to seek out someone who can help them, get them the materials, and then once they're done. Someone who's actually interested in the game won't be only doing co-op all the time. They will play the game because they like it. To some extent they will, well, not everyone likes the story quests and the Archon quests and the world quests, but they will do it because they know, yeah, I do want to unlock everything. And there are primos involved, and chests, and exploration, all kinds of new mobs. And it's nice farming in co-op, but a co-op a veteran player will not always be available for co-op. So yeah. So I do think it will balance itself out, but it will make co-op more rewarding, especially for newer players. And as veterans, yeah. We don't mind helping people. Of course, not all the time and not everyone, but yeah. I do think that it's a good thing. And it's rewarding, especially for the newer players. And for us veterans, well, we don't need that many rewards. Well, I think clapping bosses with only 2 characters while carrying someone who is more of a burden than a help for us. Actually, that is kind of a big challenge. It's kind of like an endgame challenge. I mean, with that, in that sense, we do get more endgame. Actually, for free. Just with a little switch. A bit of code. Change a bit of code. Add some other code. And that's bamo, bamo, vamo, blamo, namo. And you're done. Woohoo! I think that's good for the game. Also for the longevity of the game itself. Yes, the drawbacks are that the flow of the game will be changed. That, for instance, an AR-16 player might get golden artifacts, 5 stars that he or she can level. But does it matter? I mean, if these players already can get some good artifacts, actually, the game will be a bit easier for them. And casual players, well, yeah, they get into co-op. I mean, even with golden artifacts, if casual players don't build their characters good enough, well, yeah, so I don't really see a problem with that. But yeah, you know what? Almighty Hoyo may just think, yeah, you know what? We won't do that because we have our own plans, and those don't involve giving players more access to good resources. They're already shafting us quite hard with many things. Yeah, I think this would be really good, but I don't think Hoyo is going to do this. I don't think Genshin is going to get such a simple yet effective way in that will fix some problems and help the community out even. It will fix co-op in itself. It will fix certain problems with getting materials for certain characters and weapons and talents, etc. It will even give some permanent endgame for veteran players, where they do have an incentive in order to make their teams even stronger, or better to say half teams even stronger. So in that sense, and maybe especially fighting against the weekly bosses like Raiden Shogun, like Azda, Marshall also a bit, and La Signora, and maybe even other bosses that are coming out, like for instance certain, well, puppet with a big hat boss. Yeah, they are already kind of difficult to defeat. I'm not saying that there aren't people who can just use 2 characters and just clap Signora, clap the Raiden puppet boss, clap Astaha. But I would struggle. So, there's that. Yeah, I think it would be a good change, but I don't expect how you're doing that. And that was enough for me here. I don't know if anyone else has even come up with this idea. Maybe I'm quite sure someone else also had this idea, but never actually expressed it, or maybe talked to some friends and those friends just shot it down. But I think it is a good idea. I think it is something that will help the game have a better future. But anywho, yeah. Again, I don't think it will come, but maybe. So, see you later and have a nice time. Bye.